what's weird is that it's been shown that any guy with any body type or genetics can achieve this proportion and the limitless advantages that naturally follow. Now let me explain, and this will blow your mind. I discovered this proportion when studying the very structure of your male DNA, and then found it evident in all the purest forms of male evolution. Amazingly, after further studying this phenomenon, I learned you anatomically already possess this perfect proportion right now underneath your exterior, because nature intended it. This special proportion is known as the Adonis Golden Ratio. This perfect proportion is what study after study proves women are genetically and evolutionarily hardwired to seek out and be attracted to, and men respect, because it displays the highest degree of genetic fitness. It's a very specific and perfect proportion of your waist to your shoulders that creates an immediate subconscious admiration for both sexes, which is referred to as the Adonis effect. The Adonis effect is the powerful subconscious effect and influence that your physical presence has on others that is proven to be extremely advantageous in all areas of life. You can think of it like the ultimate first impression. You see, as much as we know not to judge a book by its cover, we are just genetically and subconsciously programmed to do so within the first 4 seconds. What's astonishing is that losing fat and increasing lean muscle, strength, and performance is exceptionally easier and faster when you achieve this proportion, because then your body is in its strongest, most natural form evolution meant for it to be in. But unfortunately, the reverse is also true. The further you are from your Adonis Golden Ratio, the more painstakingly difficult losing fat and building lean muscle becomes, because you're just not in the form your evolutionary genetics intended for you to be in. Simply put, the further you are from this ratio, the more difficult the struggle becomes to make any noticeable progress. Oh, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer or the bearer of more bad news, but there's something else you should know. Research shows that if a woman is going to cheat, she'll likely cheat with a male whose body is closer to the Adonis Golden Ratio than her partner's. Whereas research also shows a woman with a partner in the Adonis Golden Ratio is least likely to stray because she's subconsciously programmed to know that she has the genetically strongest male. These evolutionary truths cannot be controlled. But the good news is they can be used to your advantage. You're actually programmed genetically to have this ratio. But the problem is male evolution hasn't adapted to the damaging effects of the modern Western lifestyle yet, which makes attaining it virtually impossible without the right tools and without avoiding the things that take you away from your Adonis Golden Ratio. Here are a few tips that will help. Number 1, ditch heavy deadlifts, weighted abdominal crunches, and magazine bodybuilding programs. You may not realize this, but heavy deadlifts and weighted abdominal crunches expand your waist, take you out of proportion, increase your risk of injury, and ultimately make you look worse and less attractive. Yet surprisingly, almost all bodybuilding programs have you doing the things taking you away from your strongest, leanest, most muscular, and ideal form, mainly because you're starting these programs out of proportion in the first place. Here's a quick example. You could very well be doing everything right to build a more muscular chest, but your body naturally fights against letting this happen because growth would take you even further away from your strongest form. So your body is just naturally protecting you from injury by not building muscle. Simply put, getting into the right proportion first allows for symmetrical growth, which is the fastest and easiest growth possible because you're finally working with your body and genetics instead of working against them. Tip number 2, you want to slash soy and processed foods from your diet. These foods create an estrogenic reaction in the body, which just kills your chance of losing fat and building muscle while giving you what Arnold would call a girly man look, which really is just a huge problem with guys today. Number 3, never bulk then cut. Bulking then cutting is terrible for your physique, your health, and attaining your Adonis Golden Ratio. Not only do you end up carrying unsightly blubber and strain your organs, but the extra fat just kills your testosterone levels and raises your estrogen, putting you in the exact opposite hormonal environment you need to be in. In other words, say hello to man boobs. So now that you've learned some things to stop doing, it's time to show you the exact solution I've used to attain my Adonis Golden Ratio, and literally tens of thousands of guys just like you have used it to attain theirs, and that you can use to attain yours.